Yo, what is going on, guys? Giga here, and welcome back to another brand new Overwatch tutorial video. Today I will be doing something different, and I'll be making this tutorial for those out there that requested this tutorial, that wants to have the best optimal settings for Overwatch. And hopefully this will improve your input lag, and most likely improve like 100% no input lag for you guys out there, and have the best mouse sensitivity, things like that. So let's get started. First of all, you want to go to training, because this is gonna be the place to test out your FPS performance and making sure everything fits well with your settings. So what you want to do is you want to go to a video tab, and for display mode you want to make sure it's either on full screen or windowed. Now if you're a person that multitasks a lot like me, then choose full screen or windowed, because it helps you to like switch tasks a lot. But like if you're someone that wants to like focus on the gameplay a lot, then always choose full screen, because it allows you to see more stuff clearly, and it gives me a better time to like play more Overwatch. So next thing you want to do is you want to go target display. Make sure you choose your monitor, which I only have one, so monitor 1. And then for resolution, if you don't know your resolution of your monitor's native resolution, you might want to either search it up online and find your native resolution, or you can just somehow, it's usually in control panel or something like that, and you should know this by now. Like, come on, you should know this, fam. Okay, so pretty much that's the next thing you want to do. And then you want to make sure you select your native resolution, because otherwise it's gonna give you like worse quality. For example, I don't want to switch right now, but if you switch to a lower resolution than your usual computer resolution, then it's gonna be pretty crappy in a way. The graphics are gonna be really bad, and there's no FPS increase. So always choose the best quality you can ever get using your native resolution. Next thing you want to do is aspect ratio. Make sure this is your ratio. Usually most times your PC ratio will be 16:9, so choose that. And sometimes I've seen some computers with 21:9 aspect ratio, which is kind of not common, but some computers have that, so choose the one that fits for you. The next thing you want to go is VSync. Never turn this on, because it just does some really bad frame lag. So turn this off. Triple buffering, turn it off, because it buffers like 3 times, and it does not help with like, it pretty much gives you some like lag spikes and stuff, and you do not want that, and it does not improve your gameplay at all, so do not do that. Next thing you want to do is reduce buffering. Make sure this is on. This is like complete opposite of triple buffering, where it allows you to like have better FPS and better performance overall. So always turn it on. There's no cons about this, so turn it on either way. Next thing you want to do is display performance stats. I just turned it on because I don't even know why not. Usually you would have this on. So advanced performance stats, you can just open it up, and there's a lot of things you can choose, but I'm not gonna go talk about that. And then display system clock off. Limit FPS. Now this is a super important part. If you want to have like good consistent aiming, then you always want this to be on display base. Now I learned this from a lot of experience and a lot of YouTube videos out there, and I figured out that, well, if you have this on display base, pretty much your sensitivity is usually like consistent, and it won't like change around, and you will have like pretty much no input lag at all. Usually you would have a lot of input lag just because of this one setting. So make sure it's on whatever it is, display base. So it will pretty much keep your FPS at your monitor refresh rate, which mine is at 60, so it'll keep my FPS around 60. But if you have really bad refresh rate, which usually people do not have, so just keep it at display base. Graphics quality, if you have a bad computer like me, well, I don't have that bad of a bad computer. It's just that I probably have not really a good GPU or CPU. Just keep it at graphics quality low. I don't see that big of a difference between graphics quality, so I'll just keep it at low. But if you have a better computer, you can keep it at the higher. Pretty much the higher the better, you know. Better performance, well, worse performance, but better quality. So render scale, just usually I put this at automatic. Depends on your resolution you're playing at. For example, for me, I'm playing at full screen right now, which I usually do for better video quality for you guys to watch. But usually if you put it at automatic, it will show you, and it'll pick the exact percentage for you that'll fit your quality, because sometimes if I put this at 100%, usually that's default and that'll exactly be perfect. And sometimes you may some people go overboard where they choose 150% resolution quality, which I do not honestly I do not recommend, because it's gonna give you a ton of lag and you do not want to do that unless you have an amazing beast PC. But next thing you want to do is you want to make sure put that automatic. Usually it will change depending on your resolution and stuff. And then texture quality I put at medium. Don't put at low, like low or high. Well, don't put at low, because it gives texture quality really bad unless you have a really bad computer. And then other stuff, usually just copy this down below. I don't really know what this does. I know it's like part of the graphics settings, but I don't really mind with the graphics settings, because I can deal with any type of settings. So yeah, next thing you want to do is you want to open this advanced again, and then want to make sure that this is a huge important part. These you can just copy my settings right now, but anti-alias quality, you want to make sure this is at, instead of off, usually it's default at off or low. You want to make sure it's at ultra quality, so this gives amazing anti-alias quality. So you can pretty much see, if I can show you guys real quick, if I turn it to, let me see, if I put this at off or low, then you can see there's some unsharpened edges in the quality, so you do not want to have that. Instead, it actually doesn't really affect your FPS by much. When I say by much, it kind of does, but like 1 or 2 frames. And honestly, I would recommend putting it at ultra, because there's not much of FPS difference, and besides, it gives you so much better graphics quality, which is insane. So I'm pretty sure it uses like your GPU or something instead of FPS. So yeah, next thing you want to do, always leave that there, is you want to scroll down, local reflections off, ambient occlusion off. Gamma, you can mess around with these. Usually I don't. I keep it at default. So it's kind of like in between somewhat. And if you're colorblind, you can choose those, or if you have like color issues, you can choose those type of settings. And I know that sounds so mean. I don't have colorblind issues, but okay. Next thing you want to do is you want to hit enter or apply, so that applies the settings, and you can pretty much see if your FPS is perfect or if these settings are good for you. Because if they are, great, just keep them that way, because this is going to be helping your gameplay a lot, and especially with your mouse acceleration stuff. If you still kind of feel that teeny bit, make sure that just copy down these settings so you do not feel it, especially the display based part. Next you want to go to sound. I should have these all. You could choose put in your pretty much your default devices for this. And then for master volume, I keep it at 60. I don't want it too loud because it blasts my headphones, and because I have Logitech headphones, they're pretty loud. So yeah, just keep it at whatever it feels comfortable for you. And then next thing you want to do for sound is you want to make sure sound effect volume, I usually keep it at 100%, so you can hear like footsteps, things like that. In-game voice volume, that's like for chatting and things like that, so I keep all that 100% so I can hear my teammates clearly when speaking in voice chat. Music volume, keep it at like super low. Honestly, it doesn't really matter. It's like when you hear play of the game, you hear that volume. And for me, since I'm super used to that, it feels super weird playing Overwatch without the music volume. So usually I would just honestly just keep it there, where around like maybe 10 to 30 or 40, depending on how loud your headphones are, or your default music volume, your loud master volume might cost. So it depends on person. And then next thing you want to do is go controls. Now it depends on what hero you want to use. I choose all heroes. This will affect all my heroes. So mouse invert look, I don't know why you would have that on. It'll feel really weird. So everything you do is complete opposite, but just turn it off, please. So sensitivity, make sure it's at like something that doesn't pixel skip, and there's a website for that, so I'll link that in the description below. And it's actually a super easy website to use. All you gotta just do is type in your DPI, your mouse sensitivity, and I'm pretty sure like your FOV or your computer resolution, and then I'll tell you if you pixel skip depending on the resolution you play on. And for me, I find 4 really satisfying because it does not pixel skip. Pixel skipping is like a common problem in Overwatch, especially Overwatch. Like for Minecraft, even if I have a super high sensitivity, it's just that Overwatch's sensitivity engine is different compared to Overwatch and other games like Minecraft. So Minecraft will never pixel skip, even if you have the highest sensitivity ever. For me at least, I'd never pixel skip on that. And there are other tutorials out there that you can like do instead of like I don't know, there's other things you can do to like help prevent pixel skipping other than changing your sensitivity, which a lot of guys will like, oh, I gotta change your super low sensitivity. Yes, you do. You're gonna have to change the super low sensitivity and you're gonna have to get used to it. Sorry, but it's true. Mate, you're gonna have to get used to it. It's just part of life. Okay. So I changed from like 8 or 9 to like 4, so no pixel skipping, feels really smooth. Aim smoothing, obviously I have 100%, I don't know why you wouldn't. And these are the other things if you're using Nerd Console. Allied health bars, usually you should turn this on. It's like for healers, you can see that, but sometimes I'll turn it on, really depends. I mean, I don't like, it's kind of like a distraction for me, but yeah, forgot to go to Reticle. But much for this. You want to make sure bloom is off. I do not like it on. It just makes everything, the circle or your space you're attacking, makes it like bigger, which I do not like. So Reticle bloom, I should keep it off, and a lot of pros keep it off. So just keep it off, please, for me, for potato's sake. Okay, next thing is you want to make sure the horizontal sensitivity 30, vertical sensitivity 15, advanced. You can mess around with that. And then for type, usually I choose short crosshair. Doesn't matter what you use. It doesn't affect like your sensitivity or your aiming. Usually just depends on personal preference. You know, what feels good for you, whatever feels better for you. If you choose something that does not feel good for you, then do not use it. Because honestly, don't try to like copy someone else. Don't try to be someone else you are not. So yeah, I should keep it there. And then you can see color, you can choose any color you want. My favorite color is blue, but it's kind of hard to see. And red's most vibrant to your eyeball, so it depends on what you think you want to choose. Movement, these are my controls. A lot of these I don't even use, so there's so many controls on a keyboard that I do not want to click that will do random stuff, so you can mess around with that. Gameplay, these are my settings. Never skip kill cam because I want to see how badly I died to the other person. Achievement display, obviously, and then just copy all this. Doesn't really matter, doesn't change the performance. Social, this is all your personal preference, and pretty much I'm running a solid 58 FPS. That may sound really bad for some of you guys that have like insane gaming PCs, but for me that's like actually really good while recording at full screen and at not decent graphics quality in a way. But since I don't have the best PC in the world, I mean, I run Minecraft really smoothly, like with like 500 300 FPS while recording. But for Overwatch it's kind of different because it's more GPU used wise. So anyway, that's about it for today's video. If you guys thought this was helpful or it helped you out a lot, make sure to smash that like button down below, and I'll maybe in the future do some more tutorials related to this. If you guys did enjoy this tutorial, make sure to subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.